Hey YouTube, Coppersan here, and thanks for coming back to part 7 of the winners and losers of the new 6 job skills according to the MapleStory Korea players. In this server, the 6 job skills have already been released for a while, and I looked into what the Korean Maplers think of their 6 job skills. This includes their fancy origin skill, their new 4 job masteries and 5th job skill enhancements. And just as a reminder, all classes will gain from the 6 job skills. Some will gain a little bit more, some will gain a little bit less though. Most feedback from the MapleStory Korea players is about synergies, skill durations and damage. And in today's video we're looking into 5 classes: Pathfinder, Aran, Evan, Cadena and Kinesis. Pathfinder's origin skill is called Forsaken Relic. When activated, you'll attack 5 times, dealing 8400% damage 8 times. After that, 5 explosions occur, dealing 9900% damage 13 times. But wait, there is more. Then, for 30 seconds, your Cardinal Burst and Deluge skills will receive 15% more final damage, and an additional magical arrow is created that deals 2700% damage 3 times. And then also, every 10 seconds, Ancient Rage activates. That triggers 3 explosions, each dealing 2400% damage 8 times. So there is quite a lot to this skill and it does quite a bit of damage. From what I can see, there also weren't any complaints regarding the damage dealt by this skill. There were a lot of complaints though about the length of the cutscene. It lasts about 7 to 8 seconds. I think it's actually one of the longest origin skill cutscenes. Being stuck in there for 7 to 8 seconds, that's quite long. Plus, Pathfinder mains didn't really like the additional visual bars appearing at the top and bottom of the screen when you use the skill. Their Mastery Core boosts Cardinal Deluge, increasing the damage of the skill. I only found one minor complaint, that players didn't really like the enhanced visual of the skill. But that's for everyone themselves to decide, it's just a personal opinion. Besides the very long cutscene and annoying visuals, there weren't many complaints about the damage and the damage buff itself. It's a mix of burst and DPM. Their enhancement cores for the 5th job skills just boost the final damage of their skills up to 60% at max level, but for Obsidian Barrier it also increased the duration up to 20 seconds and the damage reduction gets increased to 55% at max level. So besides the visuals, the Pathfinder mains were quite alright with their origin skills and are considered a winner according to the feedback that I could find. Next up is Aran, and Aran is a very interesting case. Just as a warning, some KMS players regarded the Aran as a big loser with their 6 job origin skill, up there with Paladin and Shade. But there are no big protests or anything going on at the Aran forums. Lots of remaster requests and suggestions though. Also, in my own opinion, due to the attack speed differences between KMS and GMS, I personally think that Aran is gonna be quite alright. Aran's origin skill is called Adrenaline Surge. It puts Aran in a special mode for 20 seconds, allowing Aran to unleash Hallowing Swing. Once the skill is used, Aran can cast the skill again for a final hit, dealing 8400% damage 14 times. The number of hits from the final attack will increase by 1 for every 200 combos stacked during Adrenaline Surge. So you have to keep your combo count in mind as well. Basically, you enter the mode, you keep attacking for like 18-19 seconds, then you press the skill again for the final big damage. The reason why many players didn't like the Aran origin skill was due to the reasons that are not very unfamiliar for those who watched the previous videos. Most KMS Maplers like it when their origin skill just deals all the damage in one big hit. Damage over time effects or skills that rely on attacks are deemed less favorable due to boss movement and other conditions that could cause your attacks to miss or the buff timer to run out. But after looking at some battle analysis of this skill, it does do a lot of damage. So players really seem to dislike the way the skill works and the work that needs to be put in to get off the full damage, but the skill itself is actually quite strong. Another thing that was mentioned often by the Aran community is that the final hit of this skill has to be triggered manually, so if you forget about it or your timing just isn't right or you're too slow, then you'll miss that last hit's big damage. Most Aran mains wanted to activate automatically, but if you remember the Dual Blades origin skill from the previous video, the Dual Blade mains were complaining that the final hit activation was automatic and that caused them to miss sometimes. So not sure if that's the right way either. Aran's Mastery Core enhances Beyond Blade, and every 4 seconds an additional attack appears, dealing 600% damage 6 times up to 3 enemies. And when Aran is in Adrenaline Boost, this cooldown is reduced to 2 seconds. And Maha's Fury, the 5th job skill, isn't only getting a 60% final damage boost with their 5th job enhancement cores at max level, it also lengthens the duration of the skill to 50 seconds. The combos gained to 250 and there is a 5% final damage boost when Maha's Fury is used. That's not bad at all. Overall though, due to the way the origin skill works, the class is regarded as a loser of the 6th job advancement by the general KMS community, from what I could tell at least. But I feel like some of the feedback is a little bit exaggerated. While a big burst button would always be better, the origin skill definitely isn't that bad. Now, what about the farmer and his lizard Evan? Their origin skill is called Zodiac Burst. When used, it activates 5 magic strikes that deal 5400% damage 14 times. Then, for 60 seconds, every 3 seconds when you land an attack, 9 meteor showers appear that each deal 1440% damage 6 times. I feel a bit like a broken record at this point though. The initial damage isn't very high and the damage over time effect isn't liked by the community. However, Evan is regarded as a very strong class in MapleStory Korea, and while the damage isn't very high unless you get off the full duration, it works well with Evan as a class who has to keep attacking and fusing his skills together. From what I could tell, the community was asking for 2 improvements. One, that Evan's origin skill damage is more compressed, and 2, that Meer grows even more after the 6th job advancement. I've seen so many posts from different Evan mains complaining that Meer didn't grow with the 6th job advancement. Evan's mastery core enhances the size and damage of mana burst, and their 5th job enhancement core not only adds 60% final damage to each 5th job skill at max level. For elemental barrage, it also decreases the cooldown of the skill to 40 seconds, again at max level. While the Evan mains wish for the damage to be compressed more, there doesn't seem to be that much negative sentiment. Besides the "we want bigger dragons" complaints. Just go play Kaiser, man, SMH. Evan was considered though as average, according to most of the community from what I could tell. Next is Cadena. Her origin skill is called Massacre. When used, you'll gain max stacks of muscle memory and the skill will attack 3 times. The first attack strikes 12 times, dealing 5100% damage 5 times. The second attack hits 3 times, dealing 5400% damage 7 times. And the final attack strikes 7 times, dealing 6600% damage 14 times. Finally, another skill that just deals a huge amount of damage in quick succession. Cadena, her mastery skill boosts Trash, increasing its damage, and every 10 seconds an additional attack is stacked. Up to 3 stacks of this additional attack can be held at a time, and these stacks enhance the second hit of Trash, dealing 990% damage 10 times. Also, the final damage boost that Cadena gets after using the first hit of this skill, that one that you use to animation cancel all that stuff, that one is increased to 25%. Now, I am not a Cadena expert, like, at all. So I'm calling on the Cadena mains here, all 5 of them, to please help me out. Don't you usually not use the second hit of Trash and just use the first one to get the final damage boost and to animation cancel your other skills? I read quite a few comments that her 6th job skills seem to be made by someone who doesn't play the class, and I think the way the enhanced Trash works is the reason for those comments. Back when 6th job was released, the Cadena main seemed to be less positive about their 6th job advancement, but from what I can tell, currently, overall the Cadena mains are quite okay with their 6th job nowadays. The damage is great, but there are some concerns for the future skills that are releasing next month. And the final class of this video is Kinesis. His origin skill is called Another Realm. When activated, 15 hits trigger that deal 8400% damage 12 times. And that's it. Their master skill is called Material 6, where Kinesis slams an object into the ground, dealing 1295% damage 10 times and decreasing the enemy defense by 15%. I believe this is the enhanced version of Metal Press, even though I couldn't find much information about that. The effect that reduces the enemy defense is not stacked with Psychic Shot, by the way, and their 5th job enhancement cores simply boost the damage of their 5th job skills. Overall, it seems that the Kinesis mains are generally just not very happy with the state their class is in. The little feedback that I saw was that the damage of the origin skill is a little bit on the lower end, and that the cutscene also lasts very long, about 7 seconds. Due to the longer cutscene and a little bit of lackluster damage plus kinda meh master skill increase, Kinesis was regarded as a loser of the 6th job. Nothing too crazy bad though, unlike, my main, Shade, who was getting shafted. That's all I had for today, so stay tuned for the next one. Which class should we check out in the next video? Only 11 classes are left, 2 more episodes. Stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments. You're all amazing, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, special thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Jesus Rodriguez, Kalimora, Wiley, Riser Are You, BackSpaceOTI, Ziggy Deer, Historycanon, Saffronyx, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Sir Tito655, Michael Menchaca, Raytheus, Afterlord, Betrayal1489, Silvio Nato, Striker Elk, Tidal1 Fun, Victor Sundstrom, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Anarch, Benon Games, The Passenger, Kani Wu, Max Bernhardt, Mukau1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Gabriel Eck, Fecko, Vake Botnet, Dante Victory, Mathinu Def, Snack, HBG, Only, Lord Vasil, Spats the Kaiser, That Archie Guy, Louis Bento Brandau, Snufflepop, Tails Curspet, The Wolf Drake, Gaber Wolf, Live Love MapleStory, Kali, Darkfoos, Quinn, Migu, Sir Otter, Nix, and Guilherme Paiva. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!